Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video we're doing a huge info dump at the back end of the worldwide celebration for the wrap-up of the Fearsome Foes campaign. In today's video we have two new legends. We're going to quickly break them down, go through what's good, go through what's bad, have a look at the rare recruit units, the new level limit break, the new limit break expansions, and the new ship updates. If you enjoy this type of stuff, belt the like button for me, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new. Stereotypically I like to do these in shorts for you guys, but for some reason, YouTube's just being weird with me trying to upload shorts right now. So I thought I'd cram it all into one video. I don't have much time to sort of keep messing around with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you guys do, maybe we can look at doing it in the future. With that said, let's dive in and let's take a look at the legends to kick it off. So, first of all, we have Mihawk and... First of all, we have Moria and Perona, another Perona dual unit, but this unit's actually going to work exceptionally well with the Anniversary exclusive cross guild. They are a quick int-driven cerebral unit with recovery bind, reduced healing, and 3 turns of special limit removal. So very, very nice limit breaks. I feel like the most use you're going to see this unit is under cross guild because they are a quick-driven unit that has Perona in the name. But if you want to use them as a captain, they give 1 turn of cooldown. They go up to a 6.579 times captain ability with the more amount of status effects you apply to the enemy. So defense down, resilience... resistance, poison, paralysis, ignite, negative effect, all that kind of stuff. The more you apply, up to 8 of them, is the higher your attack boost. But remember, this is a dual unit, so you're not going to have stuff like Super EX and Super Type and Super Class and all that fun stuff as well. Their special does HP cut, which is damage dealing, which is nice. Gives an attack buff depending on how many of those effects you have on the enemy, up to a 3.25, I believe, if you have 8 or more. 6 turns of bind and burn removal, and a conditional boost against increased damage taken or negative. So it's 1 buff. It doesn't apply to both, which kind of sucks. Applies paralysis too, which is another one of those effects you can apply. So 2.5 conditional boost is really good because they also give the negative effect with their super swap. Goes through immunity plus 25% resistance down to driven and cerebrals. And they give 6,000 end of turn healing. Like, they're going to be a really nice sub. Like I said, the main upside you're going to bring them for is... if you are getting, say, like 3 of these effects off and you're getting like a 2.75 times attack boost with them, they're applying, just with their special and their super swap, they're applying 3 straight off the bat. They give paralysis, they give resistance down, and they give negative. So there's 3 just with the unit. So if you hybrid them up with some other units, like I said, Cross Guild's going to apply the set target. You can get increased damage taken. I feel like getting 6 is probably pretty easy, but anything above that is you're really going to have to work for it. In Rumble, they don't seem good at all. They have to compete with Moria, so that's always going to be a problem. Plus, they are dual units, so they don't have a type, so going on driven teams, which kind of suck, and cerebral teams, which kind of aren't there. They do damage, target their teammates for attack up level 7, as long as they're driven and cerebral. HP up level 7, speed up level 4, CT up level 2, which isn't bad, it's just not exceptionally good. So, overall, they're probably the best out of the 2 legends, in my opinion, but they're not exceptional. Next, we got Doflamingo and Sugar, another driven cerebral quick int unit. They have special limit again. They have crit, which is interesting, and then they have pinch healing. Their captain abilities also for driven cerebral characters, 1 turn of cooldown, up to 6 times multiplier with empty or G orbs. Off the top of my head, I think we haven't had a Mr. G in a while, so I feel like he would have been a good rare recruit, but look, we move. Makes quick int-slots matching, healing, special bind, removal by 10 turns, and damage reduction. This is their dual captain. I believe they're like a 5 times captain in their regular forms. They're kind of lackluster. The main reason you use them as a captain is for special bind removal, but I feel like using Superclass Doflamingo is just going to be better because he has a superclass. This unit doesn't. They remove 3 turns of barriers, which is nice. They have that overkill damage that V2 Doffy has, which is interesting. Plus, they do that same effect that Moria and Perona do, up to a 3 times color affinity boost, I believe, as long as you have 8 or more of those effects live. If the captain's driven cerebral, they apply weakening by 1.5, which is probably their big draw factor in terms of their damage output, because with their super swap, they can apply a 1.75 increased damage taken that goes through full immunity, plus they reduce enemies' attack. So, as you can see, if you partner up Doflamingo, Sugar, and Perona and Moria, you're getting a lot of these debuffs off on the enemy very, very easily. You've got the attack down, increased damage taken with Doflamingo and Sugar, plus you've got weakness. So that's another 3 right there. So between the 2 of them, you've already hit 6. You're just looking for a couple more. So not a bad synergy, but like it's just not, this unit's just not that great. In Rumble, they're absolutely poo. I wouldn't bother with them in Rumble. They do nerf free Spirit HP down, but like, nah. Like, just nah. That's not it, Chief. It just ain't it. Like, they're trying to help Driven, which is great, but like, Driven is still so honed in on either being like quick Driven or int Driven, and the fact that this is an int quick dual unit means that they're not getting buffs to either of those colors, which is a huge problem. We have a free-to-play unit that is coming for the next PKA, Luchikaku and Stussy, another quick-driven unit, which is great. They give 3 turns of cooldown to themselves at the start. They have Fear for 3 turns, which is interesting, and then they have Pinch Healing. Their Captain ability, you're not going to care about it too much, but it is nice for a free-to-play unit to have a good Captain. If the enemy has any effects of increased damage taken, delay, paralysis, poison, or defense down, they add a 1.2 times attack on top of the 3.5, which is... it's not bad. They reduce silence and chain down by 6 turns, and then they have the ability to swap into Captain for 1 turn. Once you use their super attack, they give Driven resistance, which is great, and they remove the Captain swap. I believe they remove Special Bind as well on themselves when they remove more Special Bind. I can't remember exactly how it works, but they do seem quite nice. The weird thing they do is they reduce enemy threshold by 50%. So if the enemy has what's it called? A threshold, say, of like 50% less damage. No, not 50%. How does it work? It's like drastically reduced damage by like, 50% over 50,000. It'll drop it to like 25%, which is kind of mid because you kind of want to get rid of it regardless. You attack with a quick or tandem orb, you increase the chain lock, and they reduce their own special one. Sorry, their Sailor's the one that removes the special one. That's where I got my wires mixed up. In Rumble, they will be a 20 cost Rumble unit. They do 10% HP cuts, damage, paralysis. They're alright. I feel like once they get their 5+, this unit's actually going to be really good. I can see this character being like very nice. I feel like if you make this 3 turns of a captain swap, like, you'll be cooking. Like, this unit would definitely be cooking. Plus, the chain multiplier buff at 3.5 times is nice. Up to 3.75 as a Sailor. But most of the time, you want chain boundary, not chain lock. Alright, so the first of the rare recruits, we have Caesar and Monet. They're an int-driven cerebral character. 2 turns of special limit removal, which is quite nice as a limit break. The captain ability, who cares? The special at stage 1 on 7 turns, stage 2 on 13. They reduce paralysis by 4 turns, greatly boost chance of landing in their own type for 1 turn. Int cerebral driven characters get a 2.25 orb boost. And 10% resistance. If your captain's driven, they do a delay. And if you're above 61% HP, they cut HP by 60%, giving yourself 7 turns of cooldown. Alright, so they're good at getting around stun with this. Then with their stage 1, they do more paralysis removal, a slot effect boost, that doesn't really matter. Quick resistance now, so you have quick and int resistance, which is kind of weird. I would like just to double down on int if it was me, but I get why they're doing it. Changes all slots, including... change randomly unless they're matching, so you just like a pseudo slot changer. And lock slots, and then if captain is driven, you poison enemy. Like, why are you poisoning and delaying? That's weird. I feel like if this was a conditional against delay, this unit would be insane. But otherwise, they're just kind of whatever, man. Like, it's kind of cool. Size slots matching for driven, 70 base stats, and a support that goes on Doffy Sugar, Virgo, and Sugar for 1 turn of paralysis removal and poisons enemies. That's super weird. Super weird rare recruit, honestly. Like, they're not bad. But I'm not a big fan of this, like, cutting your HP by 60%. It's kind of nice if you need characters to use specials over and over and over again, but it's very rare that you actually need that. As for the other rare recruit, we have Hody and Vanderdecken. They reduce cooldown of driven powerhouse characters by 2 turns. They are a quick driven powerhouse unit too, with special limit removal as well, which is great. So they give 2 turns of cooldown, and they remove switch effect by 2 turns turn. That's really good. Ignores defensive effects and deals 150 times their attack. Ignores immunity and sets defense down by 50% for 3 turns. That's weird. Deals 150 times their attack in quick damage to end of turn for 3 turns. And is a chain boost for 3 turns by 1.0. Plus, they change all orbs, including block, to matching for driven powerhouse. This is a good rare recruit, man. Like, this is nice because you can apply a conditional to that. Plus, obviously, with the batch, you want to apply, like, effects to the enemy. However, it's, like, all this 3-turn shit. I don't understand why. Like, the 2-turn cooldown, I love. Super switch charge, I love. I wish this was, like, 90% for 1 turn, and then this was, like, a 1.1 or a 1.2 for 1 turn. Like, I get intimidation nowadays is, like, could see that like this would be very, very good. Having end of turn damage is awesome for resilience, and having it carried into a fight like the next stage is quite nice too. Once per quest, if you use a HP cut on any driven character, halves defense for 3 turns. That's really good for just conditional boosters. If they have like a conditional booster that doesn't actually do the condition, any driven character by the way, yeah, this is a really good rare recruit. If you're summoning, this is what you want to see. This rare recruit right here. Besides the legends, like this is the rare recruit you want. Alright, so we got some Limit Break expansions as well. Kazuno rare recruit Cavendish, Rumble rare recruit Jin Jiao, and Roronoa Zoro, the regular rare recruit. Cavendish, Kazuno rare recruit, doesn't see that much play. Gets the 2-turn special limit Limit Break ability, which is very, very good. Not a lot of characters have this. And as we've seen over time, this ability has been very, very, very annoying for most people to deal with. Provoked attack for Jin Jiao, which is nice, and obviously just the same amount of stats for everyone. And then Zoro also gets the special limit too. This Zoro is actually really good. He doesn't see that much play, but like he's still really good. Rumble Jin Jiao, he's a good Rumble character, but again, doesn't see that much play. Alright, we got some level limit break for our PP units. These are always the fun times. We've got the Brogy monster, sorry, not the Brogy monster, the Grogy monsters, and we've got Om. So, Grogy monsters get quick teammates, attack and speed up level 6. For the first 40 seconds, they get attack and speed up level 5. So, big attack, big speed for the first 40 seconds. This is used to be a bench unit though, so I don't really know how you're going to include this unit in the front. Plus, quick is more quick driven / eccentric, which this unit's not. 2 enemies take 2.4 times attack 3 times and then targets enemies with high attack for 80% chance to paralyze. They already did that, but now the special bind seems new. It's only for 5 seconds though, so that's kind of whatever. They're okay. Again, I'm mainly still using them as a bench unit. I guess the attack and the speed level 6 might have been increased. But Om is interesting. Om getting a buff, this could be very, very good for Om, because he's an int slasher unit, so he can work nicely on the slasher team. Int teammates attack and HP at level 6 for the first 50 seconds. Side teammates get defense down level 5. He's still on a really high cooldown of 34 turns, but he targets 4 enemies for half stats. Large horizontal range of 4,000 damage. 50 seconds, targets Psy enemies for a 40% damage. Yeah, he's really good. If you're going against Psy, like, Om's going to pretty much be a frontline unit now. Not amazing and not incredible, but, like, he's got a lot better. And, yeah, I know a lot of people still like Om, but for me, I never really got amongst him. Alright, we got some treasure map level limit breaks. I don't care for these units, to be honest. Some of them got really good ones, like Nami off the top of my head is like the best that I know of. But like these are pretty much miss every single time. Drake was always about barrier removal. He still does barrier removal as long as you have 18 strength, dex, quick, or Wano slots. They added Wano for some reason. But he also gets final tap buff for 30% now. That's actually really good. And 3 million damage. That's a lot of damage. Sets defense to 0, which is nice. I don't believe he did that if the captain was strength or Wano, which is quite cool. Changes crew's block slots and unfavorable to matching. Yeah, look, he actually seems really good. This special seems really, really nice. I feel like you're mainly still going to use him for the barrier removal, but like the final tap buff stuff he does is actually pretty cool. Shirahoshi, she's always been bad. Special bind by 3 turns now, which is interesting, and recovery down by 6. That's new. 3 or fewer enemies are present, heals 8,000 and reduces 70% damage for 3 turns. There are 4 or more, she's 10,000 and then 70% for 4 to 6. So they basically just changed it for, if you have like, she was always like, if you have 1 enemy, it's like 1 turn of healing, 1 turn of damage reduction. So now they just made her a lot more usable. She's still whatever, but like, at least she's a lot more usable. Next we got Treasure Map, Rebecca and Viola. They increased her Sailor to 6 turns, not 3, which is great. Chain Lock special, that increases by 0.25, and then they give a Chain Lock up to 4 times if the enemy has 6 enemies on the field, which you're never going to see, so it doesn't even matter. Crew gets Burn and Special Bind removal 6 turns, and then they become their dual form for 2 turns. They still suck, man. Like this unit was kind of cool for free-to-play teams, but like this unit sucks, man. Then we got Zoro. This is a big one, because Zoro sees a lot of play. However, you're only using for the damage, so like, I don't really see a buff here being that good. But they did increase the damage to 1.5 million now, not 1 million. 600k, 300k. Threshold's gone up to 3 turns, and they've added resilience. That's good. That's really good. I have used this guy for his threshold removal. Don't get me wrong. I don't diss on Zoro with his threshold removal. Because remember, he does have the Sailor ability where he lowers his cooldowns by 2 turns if another strength unit uses their special. So this is a good buff. It's actually a really, really good buff for a very usable unit. Alright, so the next stuff to talk about we have is April 5th, April 10th, we have Grand Party. Grand Party is always a fun time. Best game mode in the game, am I right? Cerebral characters are going to get level 10 HP buff and level 3 CT. Driven get level 10 attack and level 10 speed. Free spirits get HP down and speed down, level 10, level 5, and then strength and psychic level attack down level 10. So, rule sets, they're going absolute balls to the wall with these rule sets. As we saw last month, though, it's not really going to be that big of a problem. Shout out to Jobless Brandon for all this information as well, too. The ship level limit breaks, we have Kazari's Cannonball, Nostra Castello, and Victoria Punk. The Kazari's Cannonball added slashes to the kit, I believe. If you have a shooter and a slasher, 1.75 attack boost to shooters, and then a further 1.1 times attack boost to slashers. So, big buffs if you're using them, but, like, Kazara is, like, the only one I can think of. I think there might be, like, an Izo Kiku. Yeah. There's, like, an Ein, I believe, too. So, like, there are units that you can use, but there's not a lot of units. Slasher gets 1 turn of cooldown at the start of the quest, and then reduces ship's special charge by 3 turns. That's interesting. Weird that they do that, but that's cool. It's whatever. It's not a good ship, in my opinion. The special reduces all defense up by 2 turns and deals 10% HP cut. Interesting. It's bad. Nostra Castello, 1.6 times attack, 1.3 times HP. Driven shooter characters get 1.2 times on top of that. And then boosts... reduce all enemies by HP by 5% at the end of the turn. Slightly reduce the attack depending on slashes, free spirits, and powerhouses. That's kind of annoying. You can't use slashes, free spirit, and powerhouse units. 1 turn of cooldown and 1 turn of attack down with level 12 mods. And then Victoria Punk gets 1.35 times attack, boosts the chance of landing on tandem orbs, and makes Bomb and Super Bomb have matching slot effects. Boost attack by 1.7, and then 2 times if you have a Bomb or Super Bomb. Special, reduce duration of enemy's barrier by 1 turn still, and makes Bomb, Super Bomb 2.25. And then, yeah. I mean, if you're getting Bomb Orbs, this is good, but there's not a lot of characters that use Bomb anymore. Despair and Special Charge reduction at level 12 mods at there as well. So, it's a good ship. The barrier is nice, but again, it's on still like, what, 10 turn cooldown? Yeah, that's kind of whatever. As for everything else, we have an infographic here for PKA. Obviously, the new characters are boosted. The ones that you guys will want to use are just here. You got Kobe, you got X-Drake, you got another X-Drake here, and the Blackbeard batch. I believe Cross Guild's up here as well. Like, this picture's very small, so apologies for that. And then we have all of these old PK units that are buffed as well. To wrap up the video, massive info dump for the end of the worldwide celebration. The Fearsome Foes campaign has come to an end, and this is pretty much what we're dealing with now. As for the banner, like, man, don't summon. Like, just don't summon. Everyone probably used their gems for anniversary if you were looking at summoning, and we have JP anniversary around the corner, so please, for the love of God, save your gems. But that's going to wrap up the video. If you did enjoy it, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys like this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.